Hi everybody, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I'm not really sure how this is gonna go down because this is my very first video, but let me just tell you shortly about myself. My name is Eva, or Eva. I'm originally from Czech Republic. I grew up in Prague, and yeah, I live in Vancouver, BC right now. And I have been interior designer for about 7 years. However, I have lived around the world for about 15 years in different parts. And so I'd like to think that I have observed, a lot of tips and tricks, not just in how to live in a space, but also about the rituals and culture and what really matters. I'm starting this channel to kind of share this information with you guys, and I hope you take something good out of it. Today's video is about how to pick the perfect color for your accent wall or furniture piece, something that stands out. And I'm gonna take you through the process of choosing my own accent color for my studio apartment. Just a background, I moved back to Vancouver about 2 years ago, so my apartment is still very much in process of coming together, and so I just want to be transparent. A lot of this stuff is very affordable and kind of what I found on the street and Facebook Marketplace, but I think it still works and looks beautiful. You don't need necessarily a lot of money to make space look inviting and cozy. Here we go, let's do the dang thing. 5 steps of how to pick the perfect accent colors. Step number 1. Fight the demonic voices in your head. Now, if you're watching this and think, okay, I don't have any demonic voices in my head regarding choosing color, you're wrong. I've heard them all. I used to work at a paint store, and let me tell you that the moment people step into the paint store, see the wall of paints, the dread just starts seeping in, the voice of, "You never be good enough," and the voice of, "The color you choose will suck," and the voice of, "Anything you choose will never match or fill the void in your life." Okay, so it's real. It's real. I've seen couples fight over what tone of beige. So if you're intimidating by color, please keep on watching. By the end of the day, this is just color, so even if you pick the wrong one, nothing's gonna happen, nobody's gonna die. You can always repaint it. The worst thing that could happen is that you're gonna lose, $30-40 on a can of paint. And you probably have to put in some work. But by the end of the day, please just try to stay in like a good mindset and being like, I'm gonna do my best shot and this is gonna work. It doesn't seem so important, but trust me, you will remember later and be like, no, wait, don't panic. I got this. It's just a color. Okay, step number 2. Look at a color palette and the situation around what you already have going. So let me show you. So right now, this is the area that I'm choosing the accent color for. Basically, I would like to paint a mural that's gonna kind of cover these doors, and it's gonna be this kind of weird lava pattern, and it's gonna be probably just one color. I also wanted to paint this prison gray color, both of these. So this is basically my entry door, and this is kind of my storage that's built into it. So yeah, I definitely want to paint this all white and just kind of disappear to the background. And then I would like to also paint this door white and do the accent mural. so it's also gonna just kind of pop, and it's gonna be kind of like a cool shape. So yeah, I have to look at what I have around. I've already painted this with the color I really like, and I would like to carry this color into the space. So everything is gonna be this color, which is Benjamin Moore AF40, and it's this Affinity collection. This is not sponsored, I just really love Benjamin Moore. It's real great. It's not white, it's this kind of off-white that has some red undertones, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So that's gonna go underneath everything. So this is one. I already have one. What else is around the floor? Yes, as you can see, it's a beautiful rental linoleum. Just gorgeousness. I will also paint these brown, so that it's just kind of to clean it up. It's just everything's gonna get cleaned up that can get cleaned up. So this linoleum, if you look closely, it has, besides absolute filth, it has tones of kind of gray and beige and a little bit of brownish, so it's gonna handle it just fine. And what do I have around that will influence this? I do have my my skeleton that I use as a rag for my helmet. His name is Otto Wichterle, like the Czech scientist that invented contact lenses. So I do have this mid-tone table and also carpet. It's very kind of standard rental, you know, both the carpet and the linoleum. It's kind of like a grayish slash beige. It's just very neutral. So I will want to pick a color for my mural, and I want to choose from what I already have in the space. So I have, mostly it's honestly neutral. Both woods are neutral. This is very beige since I just want to keep it uncluttered. Please don't look at my desk. And so yeah, the colors I would like to draw from, besides the off-white, is this kind of this unfinished hand pillow that I've been working on. So I would like to choose this mustard color, but maybe a little bit desaturated. So step number 3 is definitely choosing the 2 options. So this is my first, and the other that I'm thinking of introducing into the space would be this kind of, I don't know if it really reads, but it's like a deep red. It's quite beautiful. I think it looks great overall. It's this deep red, which I think would look also really luscious and dramatic. And it would allow me to introduce a second dominant color into the space. It would create probably a little bit more dramatic effect, so I'm just not sure, but it's always good to have options. So these are the 2 color options that I'm thinking. Okay, so once you establish which colors are you going to draw from the space, feel free to bring them into the store, and I mean it. I will be taking the sample, this weird red reference, and then my weird hand stitch unfinished hand reference, just so I could figure it out. So yeah, feel free to bring all of these to the store. Don't worry for looking like a freak, because, you know, I mean, honestly, I've seen everything. People bring all kinds of weird stuff in there. So don't even worry about it. As long as it's not like a full-blown sofa, nobody will care. Step number 4 is optional, but if you're unsure, Benjamin Moore sells these big stick-on samples, so you can get some of these and actually stick it on and see it in the daylight, because each side has different daylight. If your apartment is north facing and you're not living in Australia, you live, in Europe or North America, it will be blue, and if it's south facing, it is going to be warmer, and those lights will affect also the color. So you can bring the color into the place, actually put it on there and see how you feel. It's great if you're really perfectionist about this. I'm pretty pumped. I'm just gonna do it, and it's just gonna be the color I choose. I'm just gonna make my peace with it. So we'll skip this step. I'm just gonna go straight to the store and figure it out from there. Okay, and last, step number 5. Once you get to the store, just keep it simple. Choose 3 colors that would go probably the best, or you can play around with it, but narrow it down to the 3 colors, 3 or 2 colors that you think would work the best in the space. And then think about the overall scheme and try to really imagine it. Extra tip for choosing the space: if it goes in larger areas like wall, you want to go for a color that is a little bit less saturated, meaning that it's not as vibrant, because on bigger areas sometimes the vibrant color looks overwhelming. So if you tone it down a little bit, it will just look more sophisticated. However, if you choosing, for example, coffee table, if this is color for your extra coffee table that you want to DIY, you can go vibrant and it will pop more, if that makes sense. So let's just go to the store and see it in the real life. And so we are at the Benjamin Mall, and as you can see, there are many color options. I'm sure happy that I have my samples, because this would be the part I would be freaking out. But not today, Satan. Not today. So let's check out these yellows. I think this is too desaturated. And this is kind of getting closer. I think this is gonna be the pick. And then I'm gonna check out this color series collection. It's just good to get as many samples as possible, just for comparison and whatnot. So I really love these. They don't look so yellow, but they're just absolutely gorgeous. And I'm gonna do the same thing with my second color. As you can see, it really looks very different under these lights. That's the trick with the colors, that you just have to keep checking it on different lights, otherwise it's gonna play tricks. So I'm still at the Benjamin Moore store. Oh my god, I can't believe how often I'm mentioning them. I really hope for the sponsorship one day. But yeah, so I just put all the stuff, all my treasures here, so I could see the color better. And now that's the comparison part. I'm just gonna start looking and judging and looking and judging. This one's too pale, I think. But they're beautiful. Look how beautiful. Damn. So beautiful. Yeah, I'm just trying to imagine them on like the bigger scale on the wall where it would go. But let's check out all these other ones. Here you can see that the lower one is obviously wrong tone. It's kind of like too, I don't even know. This one's alright. And so I'm just kind of narrowing down the selection out of like, I don't know, 10 possibilities down to 2. This is the other one. I actually think it looks cool together as a color scheme, but not for my room. This one is Parisian red, but I'm not sure if it reads as red on the camera. I think it's cool too. I don't know, it's my personal pet peeve to have this yellow and red. So I think it's just such a like warm and cheerful combination. So I'm just checking out these wine red colors. Ta-da! These are the 2 winners. The Color Story collection is just, I don't know, it's gorgeous. They're just like right. Or maybe the trick is that they give you a bigger sample so it looks better. I don't know. Yeah, it's the yellow. Just checking it under a different light, but this one is the one. And now we're back at my house. Look how gorgeous is this yellow. It's even better than I thought, honestly. Look at it. Look at it. Oh my god. So gorgeous. I love it. I just love it. And you can see it's exactly the same shade as the head, just a little bit lighter. Same tone. Okay. Just, I hope that you had fun choosing it, and if you would like to see me attempt to paint this freaking mural, please check out my next video. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Alright, see you next time. Ciao.